beautiful life. It's the 17th of May 2025 and this is Pirate Weekend in Plymouth. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Careless whisper.
Listen, Devon boys, Drake Strum. Listen, listen, Devon boys, wherever you may roam. Listen, Devon boys, Drake Strum. Listen, Devon boys, when Drake Strum calls you home. Spain is very beautiful, the girls are so beguiling, and when they whisper, "Si, senor," we can blame you not for smiling, but on our native Devon shore finds a maid so pale and fair. When you hit home, my Devon boys, she'll be waiting there. Listen, listen, Devon boys, Drake Strum. Listen, Devon boys, wherever you may roam. Listen, Devon boys, Drake Strum. Listen, Devon boys, when Drake Strum calls you home. Listen, Devon boys, Drake Strum. Listen, Devon.
We have a very good folk club.
Wrong introduction.
Sorry?
This is valediction.
Oh yeah. Right, learn that back. We're very proud to be from Plymouth, but this is. I tend to look for songs that other people don't do, and this is a poem written by John Masefield, and I couldn't find a tune for this one, so I've actually put this to a tune myself, and this is called A Valediction. We're bound for blue waters where the great winds blow. Time to get the tax aboard, time for us to go. The crowd at the capstan, the tunes in the shout. A long pull, a strong pull, and warp the hooker out. A long pull, a strong pull, and warp the hooker out. The bow washes eddying, spreading from the bows. Aloft, loose the topsails and someone give a rouse. A salt Atlantic shanty shall be music to the dead. A long pull, a strong pull, and the yard to the masthead. A long pull, a strong pull, and the yard to the masthead. Green Mary run the seas, the wind comes cold, so strong and pleasant and lovely to gold. She's staggering, swooping, and she feels her feet. A long pull, a strong pull, and aft the main sheet. A long pull, a strong pull, and aft the main sheet. Trees squeal, the running sheaves, the weather gear strings, such a clattering of the chain sheets, the devil's in the chains. Over us the bright stars, and under us the drum. A long pull, a strong pull, and we're outward bound. A long pull, a strong pull, and we're outward bound. Yonder round and ruddy, the mellow old moon, the red funnel tuck's gone, and so sunny soon. We'll be clear of the channel, so watch how you steer. Ease when she pitches, and so long, my dear. Ease when she pitches, and so long, my dear. Ease when she pitches, and so long, my dear. Valediction, John Masefield, the poem, myself the tune. Because he's made mermaids all lovey-dovey, pretty princess type things. Are mermaids like that? No. This is really the true style of what a mermaid is. This is a song by Ginny D called Wave-Soaked Maid.
One grey day so thick with fog, the clouds hung heavy and low. A fisherman out on the waves hauled his nets up from below. Tangled up amongst the cod and bass and brill and bream was something strange and scaly, like a vision from a dream. La da 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 da, vision from a dream. She had fins where her feet should be, her eyes were dark as a storm. The siren that he caught upon that grey and fateful morn. Behind her lips, her teeth were sharp, much sharper than his knives. She said to him, "Come closer, sir, and I'll eat you alive." La da 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 da, I'll eat you alive. Beware the wave-soaked maidens to whom the depths belong. If you sail upon their waters, then you won't sail for long. He trembled as she gazed at him, her eyes were hungry and cold. She was a sight both terrible and lovely to behold. "Please don't feast upon my flesh," he begged her to forgive. "If I return you to the sea, then won't you let me live?" La da 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 da, won't you let me live? She looked at him upon his knees and thought him a pitiful sight. She told him, "I will let you go, but quickly take your flight. If ever you should drop your nets again amongst these waves, then me and all my sisters here will drag you to your grave." La da 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 da, drag you to your grave. Beware the wave-soaked maidens to whom the depths belong. If you sail upon their waters, then you won't sail for long. A fortnight hence he tossed and turned, her eyes had driven him mad. And when he slept, all he could see was the lady seaweed clad. Desperate for just one glimpse more, he took back to the deep. And sure enough she came to him with promises to keep. La da, la da da da, promises to keep. She said, "Good sir, I warned you once that you could never return. I should have known right then and there your kind will never learn." And when he saw her sisters rise, he knew that he was damned. And now his bones are fathoms deep, buried in the sand. La da 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 da, buried in the sand. Beware the wave-soaked maidens to whom the depths belong. If you sail upon their waters, then you won't sail for long. If you sail upon their waters, then you won't sail for long.
So, that was Waves Soap Maiden by Ginny D. Right. Yes, we are from Plymouth, and in Plymouth they have a superb folk club. And they're not only singers and musicians, but they have
Cask
poets come along and recite their own poetry. And one of the chaps called Steve Oram wrote this next one. It's called A Mermaid's Smile. And again, it's one that I've put to music. Gather round my hearties, for a story I will tell of sailing close to heaven and drifting close to hell. It's a convoluted story and may take quite a while, but the crux of this narration is I saw a mermaid smile, saw a mermaid smile, saw a mermaid smile. The crux of this narration is I saw a mermaid smile. We sailed just left of Lowestoft on a sunny July morning. The trials about to face us, we never had due warning. Through the Med to Cairo and up the Golden Nile, I thought never in my wildest dreams would I see a mermaid smile. See a mermaid smile, see a mermaid smile. I thought never in my wildest dreams would I see a mermaid smile. The captain of our sturdy ship was the famous Matthew Lugger, brilliant in his seamanship, but a very dirty individual. As he travelled through the Indies, the crew he did defile, but following deep down in the briny depths, a mermaid she did smile. A mermaid she did smile, a mermaid she did smile, but deep down in the briny depths, a mermaid she did smile. A storm now did beset us, the worst in recent history. How the ship did not go down still remains a mystery. We said our prayers, we cried to God, our wills we'd hoped we'd filed, but following us with deep concern was the mermaid and her smile. Was the mermaid and her smile, was the mermaid and her smile, but following us with deep concern was the mermaid and her smile. Our vessel now was drifting, we'd lost both of our masts, just floating in Sargasso seas, how long would our stores last? But then she rose above the waves, done with such gracious style.
One of you must marry me,
said the mermaid with a smile. Said the mermaid with a smile, said the mermaid with a smile.
one of you must marry me.
Said the mermaid with a smile. I chose the one called Daniel, I know his fishy wastes, ball bearings and cold custard, just to a mermaid's taste.
I'll steer you to a safe port after taking up the isle.
So Dan became a merman and the mermaid she did smile. The mermaid she did smile, the mermaid she did smile. So Dan became a merman and the mermaid she did smile. Woohoo! One very lucky man there. He was cotted.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and found her in her boat. The seas be ours and by the powers where we will roam.
Oh, hands, hoist the colours high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Now some have died and some are alive. Others sail on the sea with the keys to the cage and the devil to pay. We lay to fiddler's green.
Yo-ho, hoist the colours high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo-ho, hold together, hoist the colours high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her boat. The seas, the oars, and by the powers, where we will roam.
So I'm getting the feeling here that you might actually know something about a shanty that was sung by 19 B. But this is an adaptation by a chap under the pseudonym of Nat Case.
No, this is Les
Oh,
Barker.
sorry, no, this is the Les Barker one, isn't it? And this is a prelude to the sloop John B. This is the sloop John A. We looked for the sloop John A. We looked for it all day. It's actually mine.
No, I'm just fine.
Right. Round Nassau town we did roam. Drinking up
A man on the pier said it wasn't here. Well, we didn't find it, and then we went home. So where can the John A be? Maybe the A's at sea. We had a good look round, then we went home. Then we went home. We had to go home. Well, we didn't find it, and then we went home. Now the first mate, he wasn't there. Maybe he was elsewhere. Maybe he was on board the sloop John A. Wherever he was, we didn't meet him because, well, we didn't find it, and then we went home. So where can the John A be? Maybe the A's at sea. We had a good look round, then we went home. Then we went home. We had to go home. Well, we didn't find it, and then we went home. Now the day was a non-event. It seems that the A had went. Then they told us that there's another called B. B was okay. I had my heart set on A. But we didn't find it, and then we went home. So where can the John A be? Maybe the A's at sea. We had a good look round, then we went home. Then we went home. We had to go home. Well, we didn't find it, and then we went home. Oh, we didn't find it, and then we went home.
Sloop John A. So, do you like by Nat Case? We heard this sung by an American shanty man
at the one of the sing-arounds at Harwich last year. You'll recognise the tune, and you should actually know about the character that we're singing about. Archimedes was a fine old man, of that I'm a believer. He invented hair oil and the frying pan, and he taught us about the lever. The lever, boys, the lever. Oh, the lever, boys, the lever. Not the pulley or the screws or the inclined plane. He taught to use the lever. Oh, the inclined plane, it launched our ship, and the screw it may well sink her. And the pulleys we pulled in the rigging all day. But what about the lever? The lever, boys, the lever. Oh, the lever, boys, the lever. Not the pulley, nor the screw, nor the inclined plane. It's time to use the lever. When the grog it is brought up on deck, our thirst it's a reliever. And the bunghole to leave the bunghole, then it's time to use the lever. The lever, boys, the lever. Oh, the lever, boys, the lever. Not the pulley, nor the screw, nor the inclined plane. It's time to use the lever. When the water in the bath it overflows, displacement law he now knows. Jump naked out of the bath, shouted Eureka, and don't forget the lever. The lever, boys, the lever. Oh, the lever, boys, the lever. Not the pulley, nor the screw, nor the inclined plane. It's time to use the lever. Archimedes, he is dead and gone. May God be his receiver. We dug his grave with a silver spade, which in fact is just a lever. The lever, boys, the lever. Oh, the lever, boys, the lever. Not the pulley, nor the screw, nor the inclined plane. It's time to use the lever. Fancy for you. It's a female empowerment song written by the lovely Janie Maneely. So ladies, if you want to listen to other woman empowerment songs, look up Janie Maneely on the internet. A wonderful woman, originally from America, but she now lives in Scotland. This is called Twiddles.
When the boats all get to sailing and the men are off and gone, what about the women who are up and left alone? Do you think they sit and twiddle thumbs until their men come home? There's other things to twiddle when a girl's left on her own. Twiddly idle, idle, oh, twiddly idle, it's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. Twiddly idle, idle, oh, twiddly idle, but there's other things to twiddle when your man has sailed away. Well, I remember Nancy, she was young and she was gay. She won the heart of Captain Dan until he sailed away. He left her high and dry with just a kiss upon her chin. But as his ship went sailing out, another ship sailed in. Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay. But there's other things to twiddle when your man is sailed away. And then there was Lucinda Brown, as fair as any maid. Her true love went a voyaging, a sailor man by trade. Oh, keep the fire burning, love, those were the words he spoke. So she found herself another man to keep the fire stoked. Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay.
Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay.
But there's other things to twiddle when your man is sailed away. Lucy Jeffers' man came back and knocked upon her door. She was as glad to see him as she'd ever been before. He left her sleeping on the bed, but Lucy didn't care, 'cause the poor guy in the closet sure could use a little air. Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay.
Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay.
But there's other things to twiddle when your man has sailed away. Now you hear a lot of stories about the sailors and their sport, how every sailor always has a girl in every port. But if you added 2 and 2, you'd figure out right quick, it's just because the girls all have a lad on every ship. Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay.
Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay.
But there's other things to twiddle when your man is sailed away.
Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay.
A man will leave you broken with dismay.
Twiddly-idle-idle-o, twiddly-idle-ay.
You'll find there's things to twiddle when your man has sailed away.
But being Devonian and proud of being Devonian and Devon Siders, we had actually contacted them and said, can we adjust your words? And they've said, yep, go ahead. So this is the song called The Jolly Rouge, but actually we're singing it about Graves cider, which is a cider that you'll find at Halstow Farm near Tedburn Nary, which is just outside Exeter. From France we get the brandy, from Martinique the rum. Sweet red Cabernet from Italy does come, but the finest of them all, me boys, the one that makes the day, is made from apples grown at Tedburn St Mary. So follow me, lads, 'cause this ain't no grog or ale. 1 pint down, you'll be swinging in the gale. 5 pints bully, you'll be shaking in your shoes. We're half seas over on Grace Medium Cider booze. 'Tis called Grace Medium Cider, 'tis proper and 'tis fine. And when the day is over, sure I wish that she were mine. Or in the dark of winter, or on a summer's eve. For one hand giveth and the other doth receive. So follow me, lads, 'cause this ain't no grog or ale. 1 pint down, you'll be swinging in the gale. 5 pints bully, you'll be shaking in your shoes. We're half seas over on Grace Medium Cider booze. So turn yourselves over and bring a heart to port. Find the old A30 and drive towards the north. The wild sun upon your back, the wind a blowing free. To Halstow Farm and the cider apple tree. So follow me, lads, 'cause this ain't no grog or ale. 1 pint down, you'll be swinging in the gale. 5 pints bully, you'll be shaking in your shoes. We're half seas over on Grace Medium Cider booze. 2 and 10 varieties blended skillfully. Pig's nose they're made of Devon and beef apple arbor 3. Sweet Alford Cabernet and Halstow Natural. Mixed together makes a cider nonpareil. So follow me, lads, 'cause this ain't no grog or ale. 1 pint down, you'll be swinging in the gale. 5 pints bully, you'll be shaking in your shoes. We're half seas over on Grace Medium cider booze. So you can have a Magnus and pour it over ice, or you can have a Strongbow with its sadness that you like, or join us up at House of Warm and stand your heart aglow, and how you'll feel when the real cider starts to flow. So follow me, lads, 'cause this ain't no grogger ale. For 1 pint down you'll be swinging in the gale, 5 pints bully you'll be shaking in your shoes. We're half seas over on Grace Medium cider booze. So, Grace Medium cider. Right, you'll recognise the tune of this one, hopefully, if we get it right. And it's called If I Only Had Some Rum.
I could be a drunken pirate with a parrot, a buccaneer song.
I would walk with a swagger and I'd wield a deadly dagger if I only had some rum. I could sail with Captain Sparrow, leave behind the straight and narrow, a scoundrel on the run. I would make rum mimosas and I'd drink them with me bosun if I only had some rum. Now I can tell you why we fly the Jolly Roger in the breeze. I can sail away and do just as I please, bring the Spanish, the Navy to their knees. I would be a fearsome sailor, a pirate, not a whaler, not just another bum. A pirate life I'd be living, and no quarter I'd be giving if I only had some rum. Now I would like to try to pillage every village on the shore. I would plunder from St. David's to Trefor, then go back and take some more. I'd be off to with a pistol, Jamaica back to Bristol, with treasure I have won. My pirate ship would be a big and I'd go swinging through the rigging if I only had some rum. A Jolly Roger I'd be flying, Spanish captains would be dying if I only had some rum. It buys me beer. Ray, the guy who sells me beer. Me, the one who drinks my beer. Far a long way to the dome. So I'll have another beer. Lager beer. Tea, no thanks, I'll have a beer. That'll bring us back to
Joe buys beer, he buys me beer. Ray, the guy who sells me beer. Me, the one who drinks my beer. A long way to the dome,
especially in Wetherspoons.
so I'll have another beer.
Lager beer. Tea, no thanks, I'll have a beer. That'll bring us back to
Joe buys beer,
It buys me beer.
Ray, the guy who sells me beer. Me, the one who drinks my beer. Far
A long way to the Jones, especially in Wetherspoons. So I'll have another beer. Lager beer. Tea, no thanks, I'll have a beer. That'll bring us back to dawn. Right, we are going to finish off now with balance, and this is called Devon's the Place. From high on the moor where fair Widdicombe stands, to the harbours and beaches with fine golden sands. We'll sing of our county, the place we call home, and remember dear Devon wherever we roam. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trained, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made. Yeah, old Walter Raleigh, a Devon man blessed, in search of some fags he sailed off to the west. His crew, they were ruthless and travelled afar. They say they're not pirates, but we say they are. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made. Our nautical skills, they are second to none, and our old Francis Drake many battles has won. He banished the Spanish and caused them to flee, then back home to Plymouth for a Devon green tea. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made. Now Cornwall is handsome, but Devon's the best, and you can drive through it to get further west. But the best view from Cornwall, it couldn't be plainer. 'Tis the one they all see when they look across the Tamar. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made. Now God in his wisdom created dear Devon, 'tis for his retirement when he's finished in heaven, and all his angels, they came here and stayed, and each one is found in our fair Devon maids. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so 'tis said, first pasties were made. For Devon's the place that we never will swap, where cream's on the bottom and jam's on the top, where apples are grown and good ciders are trade, and where, so tis said, best pasties are made. Thank you very much. We've been Cask. You've been a fantastic audience. Way Devon! You've been a fantastic group. Thanks very much.
Thanks to Plymouth Waterfront and everybody involved in this fantastic event of 2025, and may we have many more. Love Summertime TV Worldwide. You can contact us at ccasphoto1@gmail.com. Don't forget to friend and share the video. It's live.